The opportunity gap. A hard conversation. South Africa needs to have South Africa is facing a challenge that very few people are willing to talk about honestly. And the silence around it is making things worse. Here is what is happening on the ground in homes, gardens, building sites, and small businesses across this country. Our township and rural youth, the young people this democracy was built to serve, are struggling to find work. Not corporate work, not skilled work, basic entry level work, informal work, a day's gardening, a handyman job, the kind of work that has historically been the first rung on the ladder out of poverty. And yet, foreign migrant workers are finding that work consistently, increasingly. They have quietly become the first choice for homeowners and small employers across the country. Why? Because they arrive early. They work without being prompted. They take initiative. They are grateful for the opportunity, and they show it. This isn't about race. It isn't about nationality. It is about mindset. And that mindset gap is something we need to examine honestly and compassionately. Through research and observation, a pattern has emerged. Many of our local youth have grown up absorbing messages that, however well-intentioned, have had an unintended consequence. Messages that frame hard work as undignified, that frame employers as adversaries, that frame waiting for support as a reasonable life strategy. Government will provide. You are owed. Things should be free. These messages came from real frustration, from real injustice, but they have quietly grown into something that is now working against the very people they were meant to protect. Meanwhile, our education system has tried to compensate by lowering standards rather than raising capacity. More learners are passing on paper, but entering a job market they are not equipped to navigate. The result is a painful combination, limited skills, and a mindset that makes acquiring new ones feel unnecessary. This has not gone unnoticed. Migrant workers who live alongside our communities, who see this dynamic up close, speak about it frankly among themselves. They are not hungry enough, they say. They want things without working for them. It is not said with contempt. It is said with genuine puzzlement by people who walked hundreds of kilometers for the chance to work. And now, frustration is building in our communities. People are asking why foreigners are getting the jobs. The resentment is real, and in some cases, it has turned dangerous. But the honest answer to that question is not a comfortable one. The migrant worker is not taking anything. He is filling a gap in willingness, in availability, in attitude that nobody wants to acknowledge exists. Here is perhaps the most important point of all. Apartheid caused deep and lasting harm to South African communities. That is undeniable, and it must never be minimized. But many of the migrant workers arriving here carry their own profound histories of hardship, war, collapse, displacement, poverty, on a scale that is difficult to imagine. The difference is not in the suffering. The difference is in the response to it. They have chosen to set their past down at the border and focus entirely on what they can build today. That is not a criticism of South Africans. It is an invitation, because that same resilience, that same hunger, that same willingness to begin at the bottom and climb, it lives in our people too. It just needs to be unlocked, and that will require honest conversations, better leadership, an education system that builds real capability, and community voices willing to challenge narratives, however familiar, that are quietly stealing the future from the people they claim to serve. South Africa's greatest resource has always been its people. It is time we started acting like it. I'm an architecture graduate and support Krinov residential house plans.